So, hi. I haven't reviewed a TV show in a little while. Like an actual show. So let's do that. Letterkenny released season 3. They did it on July 1st. She's in the other bedroom. They did it on July 1st. And I power watched all 6 episodes. And I enjoyed it. I'm going to do my best not to spoil it. This season adds some new characters. So you've got a character named Gay, which I thought was strange, but as a woman, that could be a shortened form of Gayleen. Gayla is another one that I've heard, but usually they'll go by Gail, not Gay, but you're quibbling over minor things at that point. Angie's in this show for the first 2 episodes. The actress who plays Angie, Wayne's ex-girlfriend, you may know her better as. Very, very, very pretty. And Katie has blonde hair, which is weird. At the end of season 2, she of course went off to do modeling in the city, which was weird. The actress who plays Katie is very, very pretty. She's very tiny. So I guess I can believe her as a model. The thing is, her personality doesn't come across as model-ish, so we don't see any modeling. We just see her with these 2 male models. And their act wears thin quickly, but the writers knew that when they wrote them in, and it doesn't take long before they're gone, never to be seen again. So, Riley and Jonesy, who of course season 1, they're playing for Letterkenny Irish, and doing relatively well for their standing. Season 2, they were added to the senior team, and they were the lowest rung on the totem pole. They were absolutely getting whooped on, and they were a joke, and they didn't get ice time. Now they're the leaders of the team. So season 3, they're the leaders, they're the scoring leaders, the emotional leaders, and yet they maintain the relationship with the rest of the team the way it is, which is good. And I like the way that the 5 players on their team pass along to one another information, and each one reiterates what the last one said, just with a little bit more panache and a little bit of a different slant than the other ones. Really, really fun show. You worry when you get a show that's this good that it's going to lose its steam. It's going to lose what's made it different. That they might go sort of mainstream with it. That they might rely on a big guest appearance. I know when Riley and Jonesy start making Tutu references, I'm waiting for Jordan Tutu to pop up in an episode. Hasn't happened yet. I'm still waiting. I still think it could happen, but it hasn't happened yet. It's hard to quantify what makes it a good show. I know it's the most Canadian show I've ever watched, and I know that makes it a challenge if you're watching this in another country. You have to kind of find different ways to find it. I know that there are websites that will illegally stream episodes. But if you're outside Canada and you can't find a service, if Hulu doesn't carry it, if Netflix in the States doesn't carry it, and you don't have access to Crave TV, which we use here in Canada, which is sort of like another Netflix, how do you watch it? It's sort of like the argument I've had for years where people have said that downloading music is piracy and it takes money away from hardworking artists. Okay, but there's plenty of music that I've found through YouTube and through music sharing that I could not find in North America. So there are some artists who are being very heavily benefited by the technology that other artists are berating and belittling. TV and movies are the same thing. Not for the big budgets, not for Star Wars and any other Indiana Jones movie they decide to crap out over the next 10 years. But for small movies and small TV shows and for something that has a regional or national appeal, you may not have access to it anywhere else in the world other than through illegal means. And I just find it weird. It's, back in my day we were tape sharing. Little did we know we could all go to jail. And we would also copy VHS movies. We did that. You'd put 2 VCRs next to each other, record from one onto the other. we would just skip. I would just skip the FBI warning. I would start recording right after the FBI warning, and then whatever. I never went to jail that I know of, unless I've blocked something out. But for me, if you haven't seen it and you want an idea of life in Canada, I think season 3 expresses that better, because it's snowy, cold, cramped, and there's some scenes you feel the cold. You feel how uncomfortable they are. And there are scenes where it genuinely looks like the actors were freezing their asses off. So, it's a good show. There's some really good episodes in there. I highly recommend people watch it. I enjoyed it. This season, I think, was the best season yet. My only regret is it's only 6 episodes, so at the end I'm left wanting more. That is what you want from a TV show. It's a model that was followed for decades in Britain. Have 6 episodes and you're out. Leave while it's still fresh. I think of Fawlty Towers as the best example of that. Fawlty Towers is 12 episodes of fantastic. Even the last 2 episodes of Fawlty Towers, there were a couple of cracks showing. And I think the showrunners knew that and went, okay, we're done. Before trying a 3rd series, which no doubt would not have been as good as the first 2. That's the important thing, and you don't see that a lot in TV. I think Supernatural's going into its 13th season. And while they had a very good 12th season and I enjoyed a lot of it, it's showing its age. TV shows show their age. Big Bang Theory really shows its age because its actors have grown older by almost a decade and they're still telling the same jokes. So, it's hard. It is hard to keep things fresh. A 6-episode season, especially with a comedy where you're only, doing 23 to 28 minute episodes, fantastic. Fantastic. Whereas most American series, you're looking at 22, 23, or 26 episodes. And it is hard to come up with that much material, that much that's fresh, and not repeat yourself. I come back on Simpsons here. Best show ever, because they have how many episodes? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy how many episodes they've done. Letterkenny is now up to 18. Well, 19 if you include the St. Patrick's Day special between seasons 2 and 3, which was pretty fantastic. Big fan of season 3. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And this is my Ash vs. Evil Dead shirt. I figured I would wear it for this. I haven't seen season 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead yet because I don't have Super Channel, and that's the only way to watch it in Canada. I don't want to subscribe to Super Channel because the movies aren't as good as Movie Central, and I don't want to spend extra money every month to tell us to watch both just because I want to watch Ash vs. Evil Dead. That's not right. So I have to wait for season 2 on DVD, which I can do. I waited for season 1 on DVD, power watched it in about 2 days, and I know I'll do it again with season 2. Letterkenny, I power watched that in less than a week. Powered through it. And you should too. So if you haven't watched it, go for it. And if it's not your taste, totally understood. It much like Trailer Park Boys, Corner Gas, Canadian TV can be hard to watch sometimes, and some people just don't like it. Other people, myself included, think it's kind of fantastic. Corner Gas to me was kind of a clean version of Trailer Park Boys, and on the prairie instead of in the Maritimes, and this one's in Ontario, and it's kind of a mix of the two. It's got some elements that you could say, I can see Corner Gas in that, and elements you can definitely see Trailer Park Boys in. And I hate D-Gens from up north. I've been saying that a lot today because it is the funniest line in the show in season 3. Because every time you turn around, it's I hate D-Gens, and as soon as they say D-Gens, anybody else in the scene says the same thing. It's really funny. It's really on point, and the writing is really crisp and fantastic. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. And I can't wait for season 4. And yet I have to wait probably a year for season 4. Congratulations on making a show that I will wholeheartedly watch. And as an example of where I'm at, I am 7 episodes behind on Doctor Who. I am 3 episodes behind on Dark Matter, and I haven't started watching the final season of Orphan Black because I just haven't had time. And I want to have Yvonne all caught up on Orphan Black before I get into season 5 because I want to share that with her. So for me to watch all of Letterkenny while all those things are waiting in my queue to be watched shows just how much I enjoyed the show. And I think everybody who has my sense of humor will enjoy it too. It's an acquire. It's not. It's a sense of humor that's different than a lot of people. So again, hope you enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.